Hey, what's going on, everybody? Steve here, Rake and Profit over at rakeandprofit.com, coming back to you with another video from my backyard right now. And yeah, they just cut it. It looks nice. Still not able to live here, just so you know, but I'm able to be in here and at least process my inventory, ship, get stuff back into Amazon. And yeah, we're actually moving into an apartment until everything gets fixed here, because the city won't let us move in until we get this thing reframed. And it's just been whatever. I don't want to complain about it anymore. It's just been a nightmare with insurance. But I want to talk about some of the downsides of Amazon, especially if you're trying to scale to 40K, 50K, 100K plus. I do mostly eBay to Amazon. If you do an online arbitrage, this is gonna be pretty similar. So I want to talk about some of the downsides that people don't talk about. And I'm gonna go quick. So if you have questions, drop a comment down below. I'm happy to answer any questions. But I want to mention some of the downsides. I'm not going to mention the upsides. We already know the upsides. We already know the freedom it gives you and the scalability and the ability to outsource a lot of this. And, you know, you could have a lot of free time if you do things right. But what are some of the downsides? Number one, the downside I would say to do an eBay to Amazon is obviously you don't have invoices. You're buying from, you know, random people, whole bunch of different suppliers, eBay sellers. So that's a downside right there. There's risks involved for getting IP complaints. There's risks for getting counterfeits. If you're doing E to A or OA or wholesale, another downside, you got to spend a lot of money. So you're going to have to leverage a lot of credit or capital. You might have to get a loan, which I don't recommend, or you just have to spend a lot of money, right? One of the lessons I've learned over the last couple months is when you stop spending money and you stop feeding the beast, yeah, you get to realize cash flow. So a lot of my inventory, my profit was in my inventory. I had a big inventory. I stopped sending items in. I stopped, you know, buying stuff. So I got to realize a lot of that cash flow. But what do you think happened? My sales tanked. My sales went from literally in 2 months from $80,000 to less than $30,000. So what's the moral of the story? If you stop spending money on inventory and you stop shipping to Amazon, your stuff's going to sell out, but your sales are going to tank. And then you're going to be back to, you know, square one. And if you're trying to build a full-time income, you have to understand you have to keep your sales high, because sales doesn't equal what you put in your pocket. It's sales, then there's profit, and then you have to spend money to keep your inventory going, and then you get to enjoy that cash flow, whatever you don't want to continue to invest in your business if you're trying to grow. So those are some of the big downsides people don't understand. I mean, everybody knows if you're thrifting, doing garage sales, E to A, even OA. I know people who they get an IP or they get a counterfeit and Amazon still doesn't take the invoice. Obviously a lot higher likely chance of doing eBay to Amazon or anything without an invoice, but it's the money. There's a big deception going on in the Amazon space. A lot of people, and I guess I'm guilty of saying it too, but I try to remind you guys over and over again, all because someone's showing those orange bars and making a ton of money doesn't mean they're putting anything in their pocket. I have a lot of friends of mine and people that I know who do so much in sales, but they're living paycheck to paycheck because all their money is stuck in the business. And, you know, after returns and after issues and having to spend money back in the business, you know, if you're not really good with numbers and you're not really managing your numbers and managing your cash flow well, and if you're not budgeting and if you're overspending on softwares and teammates, and if sales tank, you could really struggle in this business. So a lot of people don't understand, if you want to do big numbers, like, let me put it this way. If you want to make $5,000 to $10,000 a month profit, your sales are going to have to be a lot higher. You know, if you're thrifting, maybe you could do $20,000 a month and make, you know, put $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 in your pocket, but you're going to be working 50, 60, 70 hours a week unless you have a honey hole. You know, the reason I love eBay to Amazon and online arbitrage and wholesale is because it's scalable, but not only scalable by putting your money to work, but also you can leverage prep centers or you can leverage virtual assistants to source for you. You don't have to literally have someone going out there all the time finding items for you, you know, in the physical world, right? You can do this all from your computer. I mean, I have 2 virtual assistants who spend anywhere from 30 to 40 to 50 grand a month, at least at my high a few months ago, you know, from the Philippines, from their computer, leveraging softwares and systems and processes that I've built. So we all know there's a lot of great opportunity to not be working for the man, to be your own boss. There's obviously freedom, there's scalability. Amazon's, you know, obviously one of the hugest companies in the world. And there's millions and millions of customers there. But if you're going to do anything outside of thrifting and you're really trying to scale and you want to put $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 a month in your pocket, I'm talking sales minus profit after investing, taxes, you're going to have to get your sales up to really $40, $50, $60, $80,000 a month. And that requires money. It requires capital. It requires business experience. It requires bookkeeping. It requires budgeting. And a lot of people get into this business thinking they're going to make a bunch of money because you watch some Facebook ad or a YouTube ad or you go through a course. But a lot of people aren't going to tell you this business is challenging. And most people don't make it in business because business is hard and there's a lot of skills you have to learn. And if you think you're going to come into an Amazon business and pay yourself $5,000 to $10,000 a month out the door and keep your business consistent and have a long-term income stream, but you have the skills of someone who only earns a couple thousand a month thrifting, you're not going to make this happen. You've got to grow as a person and as a business owner if you want to grow this business. And I'm learning every single day. I'm making tons of mistakes. I don't want you guys to think I'm talking down to you because I make so many mistakes. I probably make more mistakes than anybody I know. But that's part of business. You make mistakes, you learn, you adapt, you grow, and you try to be better. So I just want everybody to know this business isn't all sunshine and rainbows. It takes time, it takes money, capital, resources, it takes leveraging systems, other people, and then you have to fine-tune your business model, right? Every business model is a little bit different. But stop praising and bowing down to people because they show big sales, because big sales doesn't mean anything. It's like people, if I see someone driving a nice car, I don't bow down to them because 80% of those people are just trying to compete with the Joneses. They've got themselves a loan, they're in debt, they're paying 8% interest. And I think to myself, like, I don't know, like, I'm not 100% on board with the whole Dave Ramsey thing. Like, I leverage a lot of debt, I have rental properties and whatnot, but there's a lot of people out there who have nice things, but they got no money in their bank account. And if something goes wrong in their life, they're screwed. Now, I know I'm all over the place right now, but I just want to set the expectations for you folks. If you're looking to make a couple $1,000s and do this on the side part-time and thrift, or even just, have a little fun with E2A and not spend a ton of money and really handpick the best flips and make, even $1,000, $2,000, you can do that. But once you want to scale, you've got to come into this with a different mindset and more of a business mindset and really taking this serious because it's not as easy as people make it out to sound. So with that being said, appreciate you guys. Much love and smash that like button if you enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.